Okay, what I have here is a kit from MINIART that is a T-34 engine and a transmission set, and as it says here, this is not a toy. So let's take a look what comes in this box. So let me just take these out for a quick look. There's two of these ones, and this one here. And this also is a little bit of photo etch. I guess that's for the brake drums, and some nice bendable wire. And here's the instruction booklet. And yeah, you can see here some of these parts you don't really require for what we're going to use this for. This is from another larger kit on the T-34. You can see that it's a pretty involved and detailed little vignette of this aspect of the T-34. Yeah, my thought on this is that it would be useful for something like, you know, stowage on a truck or in a diorama of some sort. I don't know if I would actually install it in a vehicle, but you never know. Step one involves putting the main body of the engine together. It's got a nice wiring diagram here, which will come in useful because I've done T-34 engines before and I had to scratch my head about where all the wires went, so that will simplify things. Yeah, here you can see an even more detailed info on that one. Alright, let's take a quick look at these parts. Here's the engine halves right there, the front and the sides. There's the valve covers. There's some of the exhaust parts. Got the brakes here, radiators. There's a transmission part, the main body, and then some more parts for the transmission and exhaust pipes. And it's useful that it's in all the paint callouts. We have pretty good reference for coloring and painting and aging and weathering. I imagine there is some deviation here and there, but this might be a good place to start. Let the sauce begin. Welcome back to another episode here at the Jet Scale Models YouTube channel. And today we're going to be working on the MINIART T-34 engine and transmission set. I originally bought this because I was working on the GAZ 888 cargo truck and I wanted something to put in the back of the cargo box. I wanted to get something that was accurate, and I knew MINIART would deliver that. We're going to start with the main engine block, and then we'll move on to the actual cylinder walls, and then we will get into the valve covers. This kit comes with two types of valve covers. I opted for the more simpler one. I'm not sure which one is the earlier one or which is the later one or what the difference might be in their configurations. And if anybody out there has any more information, just leave a comment down below in the comment section. I'm actually building this differently than I would normally for the reason that I'm wanting to make some RTV molds. So later on, if I need to, I can cast some copies for my own personal use as stowage or some kind of visual interest in a diorama, or maybe use as an addition to a T-34 build of some sort. If I was building this normally, I would keep everything separate that I could. If I was building this normally, what I would do is keep some things separate, and in doing so that would allow me to paint them separately, and it would make it easier to have clean demarcation between the parts. For example, the valve cover heads are better painted off than gluing them onto the engine block, because if you glue them on, you're going to have to mask them off, and that's an unneeded hassle. Other things like some of the pipage, and there's some small cylinders like for the oil filter and whatnot, I could paint separately and then add on later. I'm a big believer in doing things as separate sub-assemblies. Like I remember back in the 90s, some people started building tanks like with everything on them, and you know, that's just not the way I do things. It's I personally like to paint things like tools separately and other things, because then I can concentrate on making them look as good as possible in the round before adding them, like in real life. The T-34 tank, revolutionizing engine and transmission technology. The T-34 tank, introduced in 1940 by the Soviet Union, is widely regarded as one of the most influential tanks of World War II. Its success on the battlefield can be attributed, in part, to its groundbreaking engine and transmission systems. In this presentation, I will delve into the history of the T-34 tank's engine and transmission, highlighting their key features and the impact they had on armored warfare. Number 1. Predecessors and development. Prior to the T-34, Soviet tank designs relied on gasoline engines. However, the T-34's creators recognized the advantages of diesel engines and pursued their integration into the tank's design. The Kharkiv-Morozov Machine Building Design Bureau, led by engineer A.A. Morozov, was responsible for developing the T-34's engine and transmission systems. 2. V2 diesel engine. The T-34 was powered by the V2 diesel engine, initially generating 500 horsepower and later upgraded to 600 horsepower. The V2 engine was water-cooled, 12-cylinder, 4-stroke engine that offered numerous advantages over gasoline engines. For example, safety, because the diesel fuel was less volatile than gasoline, reduced the risk of fires and explosions on the battlefield. Efficiency. Diesel engines provided better fuel economy, allowing the T-34 to operate for longer durations without refueling. Torque. The V2 engine delivered excellent low-end torque, enabling the tank to accelerate quickly and navigate challenging terrain. Reliability. The engine's robust design made it more resistant to damage and mechanical failures, enhancing the T-34's operational reliability. 3. Transmission system. The T-34 employed a 5-speed manual gearbox as part of its transmission system. This transmission setup, combined with the diesel engine's torque characteristics, facilitated smooth gear shifting and efficient power delivery to the tank's tracks. The transmission system played a crucial role in the T-34's mobility, allowing it to achieve impressive speeds and maneuverability on various terrains. 4. Suspension system. Complementing the engine and transmission, the T-34 featured an advanced suspension system known as the Christie suspension. The Christie suspension system incorporated large road wheels and horizontal springs, enabling the tank to traverse rough terrain with enhanced stability. This suspension system, combined with the T-34's engine and transmission, provided a smooth ride and increased the cross-country performance. 5. Impact and legacy. The T-34's engine and transmission systems revolutionized tank design and set new standards for armored warfare.
its diesel engine, with its safety, efficiency, and reliability advantages, influenced the development of subsequent tanks around the world. The T-34's transmission system, along with its advanced suspension, contributed to the tank's exceptional mobility, allowing it to outmaneuver its adversaries on the battlefield. In conclusion, the T-34's tank engine and transmission systems played a pivotal role in its success during World War II. The integration of the V2 diesel engine and the efficient transmission system provided the tank with exceptional mobility, reliability, and performance. The innovations introduced by the T-34 continue to influence armored vehicle design and remain a significant milestone in the history of tank engineering. Review: MINIART Models T-34 Engine and Transmission Kit. The MINIART Models T-34 Engine and Transmission Kit is a highly detailed and meticulously crafted model kit that offers enthusiasts and model builders the opportunity to recreate the iconic engine and transmission system of the legendary T-34 tank. In this review, we will explore the key features and qualities of this kit. Number 1. Authenticity and detail. The MINIART kit truly excels in capturing the essence of T-34's engine and transmission system with remarkable accuracy. The level of detail is exceptional, replicating the intricate components of mechanisms and the original system. From the engine block and cylinders to the transmission housing and gears, every aspect is meticulously reproduced, allowing the modelers to create a truly authentic representation of the T-34's powertrain. 2. The engine and transmission components can be built as standalone models or seamlessly integrated into existing T-34 tank models. This compatibility allows modelers to enhance the level of detail in their T-34 builds or use the engine and transmission as standalone display pieces. 4. Painting and finishing. The kit offers a fantastic canvas for painters and weathering enthusiasts. The well-defined details and realistic textures make it easy to apply various painting and weathering techniques to achieve an authentic appearance. The engine and transmission components can be painted in a variety of colors, allowing for customization and personalization. 5. Educational value. Beyond its value as a model kit, the MINIART T-34 engine and transmission kit also serves as an educational resource. It provides a hands-on opportunity to understand the intricacies of the T-34's powertrain and gain a deeper appreciation for the engineering marvel of the tank. Modelers can study the various components and their functions, enhancing their knowledge of tank mechanics. In conclusion, the MINIART Models T-34 engine and transmission kit is a remarkable offering that brings the powertrain of the T-34 tank to life. With its exceptional attention to detail, compatibility, and educational value, it is an excellent choice for model builders and enthusiasts seeking to recreate the iconic T-34 tank with unparalleled accuracy. Whether used as a standalone kit or integrated into a larger T-34 model, this kit is sure to impress with its quality, authenticity, and craftsmanship. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating a pilot hole with an awl, and I'm trying to make a indentation right into the port of the fuel injection pump here. And I'm making the pilot hole because I want to drill it out, and the pilot hole prevents the drill from slipping or wandering when I begin drilling. And the reason I'm drilling is because I want to add fuel lines to this fuel injection pump. And I don't want to just do a butt joint with whatever I decide to use, wire or solder or whatever I'm going to use. If I just use some CA glue and try and have a nice bond, it's going to break off. It's going to look ugly because there's going to be bulbous areas of glue. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm making a female opening, so to speak, and then I'm going to insert, whatever I decide to use for the fuel injection tubing. So next up, what I'm doing here is I'm annealing this brass photo etch so that it's more malleable. So I'm just using a Bic lighter to give it a bit of color. I don't want to burn it, but I also want to get it, to change molecular structure so that it's easily manipulated. I'm going to wrap it around the steering brake drums, and it's a lot easier once you do this. Just wiping off the soot that occurs. And now I've got to sort of use a photo etch bending tool to hold everything in place while I roll up the end pieces. And these are going to insert into another part of the model kit. But I have to do this before I glue them on the brake drums. So now that these photo etch parts are all folded up and ready to go, I'm going to attach them to the plastic brake drums, and I'm going to use some black rubberized cyanacrylate glue here. You'll notice later on in this video that these are no longer on the brake drums, because what I ended up doing is making a mold from these with this brass photo etch on, and when I removed the part from the mold, the brass came off, and I'll be adding it on later though. I'm just using a little cyanacrylate debonder here to clean up the black excess that was on the plastic parts. It's pretty easy to do.
She's
So what I'm doing here is I'm making a pilot hole for the sparkulators, and I want to make a pilot hole so when I go to drill the hole bigger, I can put in the lightning hoses and everything will have a nice, positive, secure join. Way better than just trying to glue something face to face like a butt joint or something, because the shear strength of cyanacrylate glue is not good, and whatever I would use is probably going to break off. But if I drill a hole and insert the wire, it will stay.
Well, you gotta make sure you have the not swapping an engine for no reason. Are you ready for me to try and turn it? Sure. Oh, there you go.
So this one's not going to seal properly anymore. Luckily, Steve has a plethora of other transmissions and pans. Just going to pull this one off, clean it up, and we should be good to go.
Got all these ready to go.